made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New England Patriots.
Boswell set to kick off.
2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Play action now. Cousins. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
It's a gain of
really
25
nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
Cousins now from the 50. Escaping the pressure right. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Switch.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll get this complete to Batson. 3 yards to gain there, second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hearing this, and this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
What? 198. Watch 98.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That really sets them back, a loss of 6.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Strip that ball. Check. Switch.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Flushed out right. This will be caught at about the 6. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins eluding the pressure right. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
To Austin Hooper.
Austin Hooper, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
The kick is
And this
good.
is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Jaguars 7, Patriots 0. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
26, Mike. 26, Mike. No. You have a chance. Delta. 26. Ready, go.
Block off of play action. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
Patriots.
It's a big play there for the Patriots.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
66. Bullet hot.
Here's Locke to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks there to make the grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Check 24. Hey, no, he's easy. Check 24. Watch 24. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check. Lucky.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Jimmy Smith.
Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Rolling to his right. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
26 Mike. Guys, it's game set. Let's go. 26 Mike. 26.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. There he goes outside. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Prater on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Score, Jaguars 14, Patriots 7. Matt Prater set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We got 3. We got 3.
On play action, Locke.
I'm coming for you.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Locke's pass intercepted by the Jaguars. They'll take over first and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, D. Watch tight end. Here we go.
Following the interception, Cousins letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on a deep ball.
Incomplete. Intended for Cameron Batson.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
21-yard line.
Watch out.
A second down throw for Cousins. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will be out of bounds on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter.
14.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. 8, read. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check. Fresno.
In his end zone, here's Locke. Over the middle to Smith. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. Because the quarterback's been struggling.
They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
Taken down at the 41.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Yes! 26 Mike. And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get ready. Go!
They look to throw. It's Locke. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Bravo! 26 Mike. 26 Mike. I'm coming for you, son.
Third and 2. Locke's going to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Intercepted.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing on second and 8. Locke. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a third and 8.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. I'm on. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Yeah. Wahoo!
Locke working out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Torrey McTyer. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
On the carry.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Cousins. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Complete to
11 yards
McCaffrey.
there, first down.
A gain of 11
so many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Complete to number 1.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Cousins pass.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
The Patriots take over
Brandon,
1st and 10.
Back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or
4
the
yards
backup may see some time.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Pass.
Locks pass.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says.
The Jaguars take over.
He says out at the 8-yard line.
At their own 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they will finally get him down up at the 42-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. They'll roll him out right. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Hey, here we go.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That's complete to his running back, Evans. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Jaguars.
Check, Mike, 39. Gotta do better. Leave it, Ringo,
to the air again, it's Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. Shrugs off another. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Cousins pass intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10. At their
New
own
England with a
8-yard
first down
line.
as they begin the drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams. Drew Lock taken down in the end zone. 2 points for the defense. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Henderson.
A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
At the 25-yard line.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they see right through that defensively. As he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Cousins now.
Check your hot read.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
It's a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's good.
16 yards, a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Play action. Now it's lock. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. Fourth down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
That was Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this third quarter. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
The Patriots take
the
over
number 7 usually lucky here. For him, 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Watch the run. Kill. 66. Bullet high.
Penny, a first down carry. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Ball carrier.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a run with Henderson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Darrell Henderson. That's good for a Patriots. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now to the air. Lock. This is caught. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position. It's actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Darrell Henderson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Patriots 24, Jaguars 16. Chris Boswell set to kick
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A first down throw for Cousins. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
A 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Foxborough. From the gun, here's Cousins. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
They're not ready. Protein spill.
They'll run with Henderson.
Check 13.
There he goes inside the 30.
Run.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Henderson.
A big play there for the Patriots. 43 yards on the ground. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to run with Henderson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
Henderson, the ball carrier.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action.
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
Ready. 10 Tucson. Zoom, fellas. Let's go.
Block now to throw.
I got you, son.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
A 22-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, distinctive destinations, all I want to see.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. A think a double team.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game, even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They run once more with Henderson. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards to pick up there.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Share. 80 weapon. 80 weapon.
2nd down, it's Henderson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
It's 3rd and 16.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They fake the handoff, now Locke. He finds his target, it's Crowder. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2, that was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Pick up the ball.
From the gun, it's Locke. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again, it's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Patriots are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play fake. Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Check, nickel.
Gun.
Check 43.
SOS.
Gun.
SOS.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 85. Two. Check.
Gun.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
Turnover on downs.
All day, defense, all day. Check, crunch.
They'll run with Penny.
Rush in.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. 25 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Watch the curl.
Gun.
42's the mic.
Yellow.
We ain't begin.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey.
Cousins pass.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Safety's creeping.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Flush to his right. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Here's Penny on the counter. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Gary and Conley on the tackle.